and welcome. This is our first meeting for the IORA Academic Group's Early Career Professionals Network. IORA has had many statements that have included the engagement of the youth, capacity development, early career professional engagement, and as the academic group and under South Africa's coordination, this was one area that we thought we could drive as part of the IORAG's work plan. The intention being that we provide a platform for the different youth programs or capacity development career programs that are being developed within IORA. And this includes the University Network, which was recently launched last year, November, which I think will provide a good platform for those alumni to engage. There is also the IORA's Nelson Mandela Be the Legacy internship, which has now had a few cohorts, the IORA Blue Carbon Hub Early Career Visiting Program, which has also had a few cohorts. And at this point, it was really felt that there's been this acceleration of capacity development, and we should come together and provide a platform for them to engage. And so this is really what we are trying to do here. I'm maybe just going to do the welcome note and talk about the key objectives in this. I'm just going to combine this to in terms of just saving time. So well, maybe because we are so few people, what I should actually start with is just a round of introductions. Apologies, colleagues. I think that would be maybe the best way forward. So I'm Nicole Du Plessis. I'm with the Sayon Igagasidi node in Cape Town, based in Cape Town, South Africa. And we are the coordinators, or we host the Secretariat for South Africa's chapter of the Indian Ocean Rim Academic Group and work very closely with our colleagues at the Department of Science, Technology and Innovation, as well as the Department of International Relations and Cooperation. So I'm just going to hand over us to the list that I see here. So Bianca, please.
Hello and welcome. My name is Bianca Haas. I'm the Secretariat for the new Early Career Professional Steering Committee, and I'm very excited to be here and to talk about this very important work plan we have planned. Thank you.
Thank you. Maybe I should also just ask that we indicate which member state we are from. I know Bianca's from Australia.
So yeah, I'm from Australia. I'm based on the East Coast with the University of Wollongong. Thank you.
Thanks, Bianca. Kiran Bhujan.
Hello, good morning. I'm Kiran Bhajan. I'm the Director of Tertiary Education and Scientific Research at the level of in Mauritius, from Mauritius. Thank you.
Thank you. Padmini.
Hello, everyone. I am Padmini, the committee chairperson of the IORAG ECP network, and very happy to meet all of you here. Thank you.
Dr. Bhavna Mahadi.
I think you're on mute, sorry.
Sorry, thank you. So good morning, everyone. I am Dr. Bhavna Mahadev. I'm from the University of Technology Mauritius, lecturer in law and the internal stakeholder for the IORA. Thank you very much for attending this first advisory meeting, and we look forward to fruitful discussion with you. Thank you.
Kritika Nikchadi.
Good morning, colleagues. My name is Kritika Nikchidi. I'm a senior program officer working on academic science and technology cooperation at the IORA Secretariat. Thank you.
You. Maduka Rukmal Gama.
Good morning, everyone. I'm research assistant from Lakshman Kadirgamar Institute, Sri Lanka. Thank you.
Thank you. Sanjeev Sobi.
Yes, I am Sanjeev Sobi, the Vice Chancellor of the University of Mauritius. Happy to be here and to learn more about what is going on with the early career. Thank you.
Thank you. Sheikh Mohammedul Hassan.
Hello, I'm Commodore Sheikh Mahmoudul Hassan. I'm Head of Maritime Affairs Unit of the Bangladesh Foreign Ministry. Happy to be here and listen what is going on now.
Thank you. Shainugu Thirukeswaran.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Shainuga from Sri Lanka. I'm working as a scientist at the National Aquatic Resources and Research and Development Agency, Sri Lanka.
Thank you. And finally, Lisengonolo Mashilo.
Good morning, colleagues. My name is Letron Olomashilo, Foreign Service Officer at the Department of International Relations and Cooperations of South Africa. Thank you.
Thank you so much, everyone. And just to say that this is really a meeting for questions and to engage with the early career professionals that we have here. So just maybe moving on to key objectives and envisaged outcome of this meeting. So soon I will hand over to the members of the Early Career Professionals Network, and they will go through the activities that they have planned for this year. And really the intention of this network is for them to showcase what they are doing, to maybe inform you a bit about the Early Career Professionals Network and what the intended objectives of this are. And then also to enlist your support for any of the activities. This is an IORA platform. We try to lead by consensus on all these activities and try and engage as many member states here as possible. And so this is really a call for support for the different member states to engage with the Early Career Professionals Network and see where you can support the activities that they have planned, especially in bringing along your Early Career Professionals Networks, participants that you have from your countries to engage with this. But I think for now, I'm going to hand over to Padmini for the introduction. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Nicole. So let me just share my PowerPoint before I begin. Is this okay? Can you all see the screen, please?
Yes, we can. It just needs to be in presentation mode. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So good morning to all of you. My warmest greetings to all the IORAG member states focal point and all the different people who are attending our first advisory meeting for the IORAG ECP network. So I am Padmini, the committee chairperson for this steering committee, and today I'm here to present some of the members, which I think Nicole has already did, and also present you the proposed list of activities which are going to be short-term and also long-term activities. So beginning with the IORAG ECP network, our vision is to promote the cooperation of the ECP early career professionals through enhanced dialogue, research, and also networking across the IORA priority and cross-cutting areas. So you will see that we are 4 in the steering committee, and the 4 of us, we are from different fields of study. So myself, the committee chairperson, I'm from Mauritius. The secretariat is Bianca from Australia. Internal stakeholder is Dr. Bhavna from Mauritius, and the external stakeholder is Yanga from South Africa. I have just included this. I don't think I'm going to go with the bio of each and every person, but the PowerPoint will be shared with everyone in case you want to have a look at it for later use. So you will see that all the 4 members of the steering committee are from, diverse field of study, which is indeed going to help us, in achieving research and collaboration in cross-cutting areas. Now, the proposed theme for the IORAG ECP network for this year is empowering early career professionals, innovating for a resilient and inclusive Indian Ocean. So this is our proposed theme for the year. And we have come up with a list of activities. So we do have long-term activities, and we also have short-term activities, which are going to be scattered into different quarters of the year. So these are some of our long-term proposed activities, which we plan to do maybe for our 2-year of mandate in the Early Career Professional Steering Committee. First of all, we have a development of the ECP database, because I think it goes in line, very well in line with our vision, which is, networking and, raising the recognition of ECP. So we are planning to develop a comprehensive database of ECP from diverse fields, such as academia, from private sector, from NGOs, from government. And we're going to include profiles, areas of expertise and interest to encourage targeted networking and collaboration. That is our first long-term activity. Second, we wish to connect, all the different ECPs and work together. So for that, we want to develop an email list for the ECPs to share opportunities and calls for cooperation. And I think this is going to allow, easier and more lateral communication among the different ECPs. Then we wish to organize and implement an annual ECP summit, where we are going to host, annual gatherings of ECPs from IORA member states to discuss challenges and opportunities in the region. And in the ECP summit, maybe we're going to include workshops, panel discussions and different, activities, others which are going to foster collaboration and networking focused on maritime security, blue economy, climate action, youth leadership, and so on and so forth. And all of those are going to focus on the priority areas of IORA. And also, fourthly, we have a capacity building programs, such as offering, training programs in priority areas such as disaster risk management, renewable energy innovation, maritime governance. And we are going to use a hybrid mode in order to increase accessibility of all member states for this. And then we have youth representation in IORAG and IORA activities. So kind of institutionalizing a system, including athletes, maybe 2 ECPs representatives in the IORAG or the IORA's academic group. So I think this is going to facilitate regular ECP engagement in decision-making forum to align policy decisions with just youth priorities. And then we have mentorship program. I think this one is very important, especially for early career professionals, connecting with professionals in fields like international relations, sustainable development, entrepreneurship, or any other areas, focusing on IORAG's priority. So getting, in touch with those professionals, gaining their advice, their guidance is really going to foster, maybe a good running of the ECP network. So this is one thing that we have also planned. And then launching innovation challenge would be the 7th, launching an annual challenge for all ECPs to propose innovative solutions, to regional challenges. For example, combating marine pollution or boosting inter-island connectivity. All those could be some of the areas where we can focus for the challenge. And I don't know if it is possible, but if ever it is possible and we're going for the innovation challenge, we could also like provide some funding or mentorship to implement, the different projects that we are coming up with the innovation challenge. That is also one thing. And then 8, we have the collaborative research projects. So working in close collaboration, between ECPs and also the academic institutions in the regions, focusing on the different, issues that we have, such as ocean health, etc., etc. So I think the 8th activity, I think we are going to do that throughout our 2-year of mandate, collaborating with with academia or the academic institutions and all. And lastly, at the end of this, we wish to have more digital, engagement, like creating a knowledge repository of IRA activities and resources, networking tools for ECPs to connect and collaborate, hosting regular webinars. These are going to be like in all our quarterly activities. So these are some of the long-term proposed list of activities that we have come up with. And as I have already told you at the very beginning, we might not be able to implement all the 9 proposed activities here, but we can still do that during our 2nd year in the steering committee. And then these are some of the short-term activities that we have come up with. So say for the Q1, which is January till March, we have planned to launch webinar series. Maybe the first webinar could be an introduction to the ECP network, where different ECP, members, they can come up and they can talk, about the importance of early career professionals group, and they can introduce the network, they can share opportunities for engagement. So it's more like a networking webinar where we get to know each other and get to, have a look at the different field of expertise of people and decide and, share some insights if we can have further collaboration and all. And also establishing ECP social media presence by maybe launching ECP accounts, Twitter, LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook, or TikTok. And I think for this, we are going to interact with Kritika and Nicole, because if I'm not mistaken, we already have some platforms, and we'll try to see if we can integrate with the existing platform, or we have to create one of our own. So this is for the social media presence. And one thing which is very important, which we plan to do, is call for opinion pieces. So as you know, opinion pieces are like, short articles that you can write where you give your opinion about a certain issue or, different themes available. So we're going to propose some things which are based on the IRA priority areas, and we are going to call for opinion pieces from people. So in that way, we are also, raising awareness on the priority areas of IRA, and we are also motivating people to, to collaborate with IRA and increasing its visibility. So that is the 3 activities that we plan to do. We do know that we are already nearing the end of March, but I think establishing the ECP social media presence and the call for opinion pieces is still doable before the end of March. That is for Q1 of the year. Then we move to Q2, which is from April to June 2025. So once we have already launched the call for opinion pieces, we maybe plan to have at least 3 to 4 opinion pieces. And once we get that, we plan to publish those opinion pieces between April and June. So publishing of those, and we're going to publish it on our social media platforms as well, so that we can get visibility and people are more aware of the IRAP ECP network. And another interesting collaboration that we wish to do is collaborating with the Institute of Oceanography and Research University Network alumni. They are going to host their online symposium, say around May, and we want to engage with them. Maybe if we could have a slot, to discuss regional challenges and opportunities, and also identify potential collaboration and showcase the ECP research network in that online symposium. That is one thing. And lastly, we also would like to maybe submit an ECP statement for the Youth 20 at the G20. So we also want to do that. So that ECP statement is really going to increase visibility and also networking for the ECP network and IORAG in general. That is for the second quarter of the year. And now moving to the quarter 3, which is July to September, we plan to have a second webinar series. And this one is mostly, based on IORAG priority areas. For example, we have come up with one which is just a suggestion, innovating for sustainability in the Indian Ocean region, where the focus would be on climate action, sustainable development, youth-driven innovation. So that could be one theme for the webinar series, and also collaborating with the WIOMSA, which is the Western Indian Ocean Marine Science Association Symposium, which will be roughly conducted in September. So maybe collaborating with them, hosting maybe one of the session there, because it's like a 5-day or 6-day symposium. So maybe getting one slot there and hosting a session sideline with the WIOMSA symposium would also be a great opportunity for the ECP network to grow and to gain visibility. And lastly, just to have a rough idea whether we are going on the right track, we would like to have a sideline meeting with the IORAG, so that we can know whether things are going well from our side or not, and have, a broader perspective of what is expected and how things should be done. And then lastly, quarter 4, October to December, we plan to submit our ECP statement, just like we are planning to do for the Youth 20 at the G20. We also plan to submit an ECP statement for the COP30, which would be roughly in November. So we plan to also submit a statement. Again, the vision is to increase visibility, recognition, and networking for the ECP early career professionals group, and also publication of maybe a second ECP opinion piece, depending on the first. We'll try to see how it goes on. So if we see that the response is very high, even if the response is not so high, so we'll try to publish, to again advertise for a second call of opinion piece, and if things go right, so we'll publish the second batch of opinion pieces on social media and the different platforms. And maybe also by the end of the year, once we have done few activities, we also plan to come up with at least 1 or 2 ECP articles in journals. So the 4 of us, the chairperson, together with the Secretariat, internal and external stakeholder, will try to work together to come up with maybe 1 or 2 journal articles on, in priority areas of IORAG. And lastly, we are, planning to finish with a year-end online event, just, as a debriefing of how it went. What are the rooms for improvement? It will be more like a reflective, meeting where we can discuss and seek areas for improvement and discuss the way forward for the second. Yeah. So these are some of the activities that we plan to do. And of course, along the way, we are also very keen to engage with any member state who are organizing, any event which could be of our interest. So if there are any activities which are being organized, we would be very happy to, to participate and to engage with all the different member states in fields that we see we can, participate. That is one thing. And for all the different activities that we have proposed, the target audience could also be some of the ECPs aging 18 to 37, IRA institutions, stakeholders and partners such as universities, research institutions, NGOs, policymakers and the government officials, and also global partners and donors and organizations. So yeah, these are, the target audience. And we also have some ongoing activities, as I have said, like social media campaigns, depending on some of the, themes or UN themes. So we plan also to carry out social media campaigns and also outreach for collaboration. As I have said, collaborating with any member state or any organization if they are organizing anything. So yes, that's it from my part. I hope I haven't been too quick. If any of the members of my team, Bianca, Bhavna, or Yanga, if you have anything you wish to add, you are free. Anyone? No.
I believe it's all fine on my side, Padmini. Maybe we can now hear from the other participants for any constructive comments that they have, any areas of improvement or any other, things that we may have missed when we prepare the activity timeline. So thank you.
You're welcome. Yes, so we'll leave the floor open to all of you. Thank you.
Yes, I just want to react. May I? This is Professor Sobi from the University of Mauritius.
Yes, sure, sir. You can. Thank you.
Yeah, a couple of observations I wanted to say. I think it's very nice the way it's being presented, the activities that are being organized. So I just wanted to know about is there any funding mechanism that is there, right, in order to support these activities? Have probably a question to the Secretariat. This is one thing. The second is when we talk of early career professionals, I just want a clarification from you. Is it, it's not necessarily university, because when you say 18 to 37 at a university in an institution, you would not find, let's say, academics who are 18 to 21, for instance, might not be there. So I just wanted to know, are we talking about non-academics? Are we talking about private sector people involved in the early career professional group? So that's two things. And probably we can also think about a newsletter, since you have quarterly activities being organized. That would be also one good way to showcase. It could be online. That's something we can think about it. Yeah, I leave the floor. That's my initial reactions to what has been presented. But on the overall, I think it's very good the way we are proceeding. But I just want to have some clarification on my queries. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Professor Sobi. I think you have raised 3 points, and I thank you for some of the suggestions. I just wish to point out that we have planned to come up with a newsletter, which unfortunately I haven't been able to include it in the PowerPoint. So that would be one of the first action of the ECP, which is writing and introducing the ECP network in the newsletter. For the funding, because it is our first time, so we have proposed activities which are of very low cost or which do not require cost for the time being. So maybe if we are working in more how do I say that, more concrete or other, activities on the different areas of the priority for the IORAG, then maybe we can seek funding. So we have talked with Kritika and other members as well for that, but for the time being, we haven't come up with any activities requiring funding. Yes, for the long-term activities, some of those activities might require funding, but we haven't, like finalized and officialized any of these activities. We wanted to have the advisory here today. So once we get the point of view of everyone, then we can go forward. And if we see that funding is needed, then we'll talk to Kritika and the different, stakeholders involved to see if it is doable or not at the end of IORAG. And for the audience 18 to 37, you are right regarding the, some of the academics might not be in the range of 18 to 21. We are taking note of that. But maybe, just like in this ECP network, so we also have PhD researcher, and we also have different, we can also include, students or, students, university students wishing to do research. So maybe 18 to 21 can cater for those, target audience. As for the academics, they can form part of the academic group or also the ECP. If anyone has anything you want to add, or maybe Nicole, if I missed something.
Yeah, your responses were I think spot on. I just wanted maybe to also indicate on the question of funding. IORA does have a special fund. So in the long term, that is something that we can tap into. And that's why I indicated at the start that this is to introduce member states to the program and maybe then start thinking about which areas they might want to support, so that if there is a special fund application, that member states are, already aware of this, of the activities, and maybe can start thinking if there is financial or in-kind support if these calls do come out, that member states could then join up as partners to the special fund application, because that always strengthens the application in terms of, being endorsed at whichever level that goes through, whether it is intersessional or, up to the committee of senior officials level, if that's needed. And then just on the age group as well, we wanted to keep it a little broad. That was the terms of reference, and the concept note was circulated to member states. And the feeling was to be a bit more inclusive, because the academic group, as a track 2 platform, has different stakeholders that do attend, and they're also from the different departments, policy advisors that sit and special advisors that sit in there that might want to form part of the network. And so that's why it's a little bit of a broader age range. So it's not purely universities, as we indicated. There are also, people who identify as researchers or academics in industry, at different NGOs. And so maybe not, and so not to be exclusive of that and to just limit it to the university networks. We're calling it professionals network, so it's a bit more inclusive. Thank you.
Thanks for the responses. All fine with me.
Thank you, Professor Sabine.
Are there any other questions from members? This is really opportunity for, participants from the member states to interact with the Early Career Professionals Network's steering committee. So please feel free if there are any points of clarity. Please, Professor Sobi.
Thank you. I just want to clarify one thing from you, that I don't see my own university people early career. We've got also a doctoral school, we've got early career people. So I would try to find how do we get them. Probably there was a first call and the response was very poor. So how do we get, let's say I want to get a few people to join in the network. So how do we proceed now with this?
Thank you. So as Padmini indicated, they're going to start a online database, and the intention would then be for anyone identifying as an early career professional to sign up to that. I think at this point it will be very much email based. But the intention is that the steering committee coordinates the activities, and then there'll be a broader network that will be then kept in contact with by email and social media. But Mina, I don't know if you also want to respond to that.
Yes, Nicole. So yes, Professor Sobi, as Nicole has just said, we are planning to launch the database very soon. So once we finalize this, then any member from your university, they can apply and they can register, to be a member and to be part of the ECP network. But if ever there is any, call for interest or anyone interested, you can still email us. We can share our email address with you. You can still email us and we can, email us with their CV and we can just have a look and then just, let them join the group.
Yeah, thank you very much. I think it's very informative.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot. We'll do that.
Thank you so much.
Hello,
Thank you.
can I have a point, please?
Yes, please go ahead.
Yeah. So I was looking at the capacity building program, where you said the training program will be on disaster risk management, renewable energy innovation, and maritime governance. In which levels of program you are thinking that you will provide for the early youth career professionals?
Can you just rephrase? Hello, Mr. Sheikh. Can you just tell me your question again, please?
The question is that in capacity building program, I can see that you will be offered training program in disaster risk management, renewable energy innovation, and maritime governance. Just I want to clarify in which level you are thinking of giving these training programs. Is it in the university level or the diploma level or which level? And how you are going to conduct that one?
Okay. So thank you for the question. For the capacity building program, well, we have come up with this program. We haven't, as I have told you earlier, we waited for this advisory meeting to be over to have just a rough idea whether we're on the right track. Now, once this is finalized, we might not, think of doing that for university students. Okay, it would be like maybe a training programs for the network of the ECP, or it could also be, for some of the stakeholders involved in the ECP or the broader audience as well. So we haven't decided on the target audience for the capacity building programs, because if we plan to do it, let's say for university students and all, there are some of the, implications with that. So we have to finalize with the team and we have to see whether doing that with university students is feasible and doable at this moment, or if we can do that with the broader audience and the network of ECPs and IORAG in general. We have to decide that with Nicole, Kritika, and the other members.
Okay, thank you
And
very
once
much.
we have finalized that, thank you, Mr. Sheikh. And once we have finalized that, we are going to announce, all the latest updates will be there on the newsletter.
Okay, thank you.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Sorry, Padmini, we just have a question from Shneiga in the chat. Do you have a plan to accommodate more representatives from each member state in the future? Or is it going to be the same focal point of contact for each state in IORA? To whom do the early career professionals need to contact to collaborate in this network? Thank you.
Nicole, I don't know if you would be better placed to maybe respond to this one, accommodating more representatives from each member state in the future, as it is talking more for the focal points of contact.
Thanks, Padmini. I'm happy to take that.
Yeah,
so
thank you.
just in terms of accommodating more representatives from each member state in the future, for the steering committee, we are keeping it small because it is just a coordination unit. The intention is that the term for the steering committee is 2 years, at which point we will then put out another call for steering committee members to all the member states to be able to then nominate. And then again, we will, there's a mechanism where we would look at those nominations and decide on the 4 members of the steering committee. Those calls and at those nominations, we did have a call for the member states to say who would be on the advisory committee. And so that was the process that we had followed. So it is going to be kept small just for the steering committee. In terms of the broader network, anyone from a member state or a dialogue partner who identifies as an early career professional will be able to join the network and be involved in the activities, and be able to receive the emails and the communications. That is quite open and inclusive. So it's not going to be the same, focal points going forward. Those will change. And as South Africa as the facilitator working with the IORA Secretariat, we'll send those notifications out to member states as this program develops. Thank you. And then just in terms of who to contact, so it would be the members of the steering committee to contact, to collaborate in the network. As a member state, of course, we are, this is what this meeting is for, to call on member state institutions to work with the steering committee network and see where they can be supported and which areas you might like to be involved in, as Padmini indicated. We're working across the different IORA priority areas, the 6 priority areas and the 2 cross-cutting. So which area you are interested in working with and supporting, it would be, you could then contact the steering committee and say, we are interested in this theme. This is the people that we would like you to work with. And then, in something, for example, like the journal articles that they're planning to do, you could then nominate collaborators for them to work on and, suggest a theme on those areas. So we are really just wherever the member state interest leads, because this is member state driven as well, that we engage continually with the member states, because we really want this to be a success. This is the first time we have tried something like this within IORA as well. And so we really want to see it be a success. And for that, we need member states buy-in. We need institutional buy-in from the facilities and universities from the different member states to really make this work. Thank you. All right. Are there any further questions? Thank you, colleagues. I do not see any other hands. So I'm just going to hand over back to Padmini just to discuss agenda item 5 on the approval for the annual planned activities. Thank you.
Thank you, Nicole. So thank you everyone for your intervention. We have taken note of, some of the suggestions and also some of the queries raised, and we are going to work on that. And as Nicole has already stated, so yes, all the different activities are there, and we also need your support. If ever you feel like you have any field of expertise in any of those activities proposed, so please feel free to join us in the implementation of that activity, because the whole purpose of the ECP network is for collaboration. And we are very much open for that with everyone here. Based on the comments that we have received, I think we can approve the program, the different list of activities proposed. I thank you all for your collaboration, for your intervention, for your participation, and for your support as well. So thank you, everyone. And we shall meet you soon, maybe during an event or maybe during, any other activities planned. And we do hope to see you when we are, planning our activities, and see you in huge numbers, you and your organization or institution. Thank you so much. That's all from my side. I don't know if I've missed anything, Nicole.
No, thanks, Padmini. And thank you to everyone who took the time to attend today.
Yeah, thank you so much. Bye-bye. Take care, everyone.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Thank
Goodbye.
you.
Bye.
Take care. Bye.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.